brothers, my sister, and my husband here as my audience. According to the Center for Disease Control, 49% of adults surveyed between 2013 and 2016 said they had tried at least one diet within the past year. If you look online today, there's an overwhelming amount of diet options with different goals in mind, some simply weight loss and others targeting overall health. The ketogenic diet is a low-carb, high-fat diet that helps people with disease control and prevention and some weight loss. Today we'll go over what the keto diet is, some pros and cons of the diet, and how keto compares to other fad diets of its time. Now let's dive deeper into the details of the ketogenic diet and who could benefit from it. The keto diet is a low-carb, high-fat, and moderate protein diet. People usually consume about 40 grams of fat per day and 1,500 carbs. This causes the body to go into ketosis because of carb reduction. The body switches the fuel supply to fat instead of carbs, and the liver starts producing ketones from fat. This is a fuel source for the brain and increases mental performance. Although it is a basic idea, there are different kinds of keto diets that have different ratios of fat and carbs. This is good for different kinds of lifestyles and goals. The foods to avoid on this diet are grains, sugar, starches, beans, processed foods, and unhealthy fats like canola oil. The foods to incorporate into your diet are meat, fatty fish like salmon, eggs, butter and cream, cheese, nuts, and healthy oils like avocado oil. This diet was originally designed for people who suffer from seizure disorders and have been unresponsive to drugs because of the increase in ketones and the effect on the brain. It has been thought to help those with other neurological disorders like MS and autism, but hasn't been studied enough to confirm it. Other benefits from this diet include weight loss for some, blood sugar control, lower triglycerides, and LDL cholesterol, which lowers your risk for heart disease. It also helps those with type 2 diabetes, and in some cases has seen to reverse it because the body isn't running off of sugar. It can also slow down cancer cell growth because cancer cells feed off of high blood sugar, and without the sugar, the cancer cells will starve. And lastly, it helps people with mood disorders such as anxiety and depression because of the way it affects the brain. This diet became popular because of its association with rapid weight loss. You can lose a lot of water weight because you're not eating a lot of carbs and your body is not retaining water. According to the medical doctor Tiffany Lester, the diet is not right for everyone. She recommends tracking your progress by getting a metabolic panel and a cholesterol panel and tracking your thyroid and sex hormones while on the diet. Some sample meals for the keto diet for breakfast include scrambled eggs, a frittata with fresh spinach, cheese, or bulletproof coffee, which is coffee blended with clarified butter. For lunch, you can have chicken and vegetable soup, smoked salmon with greens, or a salad with avocado, bacon, and goat cheese. And for dinner, options include a cabbage stir-fry, salmon with broccoli, keto quesadillas, and steak with roasted vegetables. There are also an array of desserts online, different recipes that include chocolate cake, chocolate chip cookies, and blueberry cupcakes, but these are to be eaten in moderation. After being reviewed by nutritionists and medical professionals, a few things have stuck out as pros to this diet. Some of those include weight loss for some, the reduce of risk for diseases, for example, diabetes and heart disease by lowering triglycerides and cholesterol, reducing insulin levels, which helps with insulin resistance because of low blood sugar levels and carb reduction, improved brain function because of the steady flow of ketones when your body reaches ketosis, boosts in energy levels because carbs aren't a long-term source of energy and fats are, and hormone balance and overall reduced inflammation because of lack of insulin spikes. And although the keto diet has a range of advantages, there are also downsides. Some of those are that it is very restrictive. The things that are restricted on this diet are sugar, including most fruits, starchy vegetables, and carbohydrates. And although they say sugar cravings may subside after you are accustomed to the diet, it is difficult for adults to maintain this lifestyle because it's hard to go out for dinner or drinks or be social when you're on a diet. There is also an adaptation process. Some people claim they get the keto flu. Symptoms of this are headaches, nausea, and fatigue. And it's like the body is detoxing, and it's also you lose a lot of electrolytes because the body isn't retaining water. And some people see their cholesterol levels rise because it is a meat-heavy diet, and the diet can become very unhealthy if you're not careful because you can consume butter and cream and things like that. It is also very low in fiber, which can be solved with supplements, but you're not getting very much from your food. And there's a lack of scientific study to back up long-term effects of this because the diet is so new. And lastly, it is very hard to maintain ketosis. It's very easily disrupted, and depending on your diet and lifestyle, even half a cup of blueberries can throw you off of ketosis. There have been many fad diets over the years comparable to keto, and one of these is the Atkins diet. Many people consider the Atkins diet and keto very similar. This diet cuts out starches, sugars, and refined oils, but unlike keto, followers can consume moderate amounts of carbs, which makes it easier to follow in the long run. This moderate carb intake means that the Atkins diet does not change the way that your metabolism runs, unlike keto where your body switches to fat for fuel. The Atkins diet is also split up into 4 different phases, including a lifestyle phase, which helps it be a diet that people can follow for a longer amount of time. And finally, the goal for Atkins is just weight loss, whereas the goal for keto is overall health. Another diet that is comparable to keto is the Whole30. According to founders Melissa and Doug Hartwig, the Whole30 is not a diet, but a physical and psychological reset on your eating habits. The idea is to cut out sugar, alcohol, and processed foods out of your diet for 30 days and add what you want back in slowly to see what your body is sensitive to. This diet is unfavorable to nutritionists and medical professionals because it cuts out grains, dairy, and legumes, which gives our body vitamins, minerals, and fiber. It has the same issues as keto with being an elimination diet, but it is only for 30 days. So after that time, depending on what foods you add back into your diet, the body will start getting the nutrients back, as opposed to never adding them back in with keto. As you can see, this low-carb, high-fat diet has many advantages and disadvantages. Although it helps with diseases such as epilepsy and diabetes, it may not be the best for everyone due to its restrictive nature. Those looking to lead a healthier lifestyle or lose weight should weigh the pros and cons of different diets and pick one that is best for their lifestyle and goals.